Yo, what's good? Welcome to the first episode of a brand new Minecraft world. This one is going to not be hardcore. I'm only doing survival because I want this one to hang around a little longer, and I'll probably just return to this anytime I feel like it. But I wanted something that was a little more single player, so I'm not spending so much time in the realm. Because the realm is fun and all, but I feel like I want single player builds. I can build a little different. I don't have to worry about like all out war happening. Oh, what's that? Oh, this is interesting. This is a desert. I don't know how I feel about this. Anyways, let's look around. Maybe there's something here. I low-key don't want to build in the desert. I'm gonna be for real. There's a zombie there. There's a ruined portal and a savannah. Okay. This is interesting. I don't know why my mouse is there. But let's explore a little. There's a jungle. Looks like it's a very warm biome. Ruined portal. And a big structure. But yeah, as I was saying, I had the hardcore world, and you guys seem to enjoy that, because that's ultimately what this channel was started on. Oh, well, I guess this channel was started on Fusion 360, but it kind of got a little more popular, and people liked watching Minecraft, because there's just something homely about Minecraft, you know? It's nice. It's great. It's wholesome. It's fantastic. So, you know, I wanted to go back to Minecraft, and I want something I can just hop on and like just get into. And the realm was great and all, but it didn't feel right. You know, I don't know how to explain it, but it just didn't feel the same as the hardcore world. So we are back, and my fans are kind of exploding on me. I don't know why. And I'm gonna borrow this. Thank you, sir. In regular survival. So hopefully I don't have to stop this series at 9 episodes like I did with the hardcore world. Oh, that was unfortunate. So we're just gonna do as per usual. Get food, get resources, go mining. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Like froze for a sec. And then we shall see. Why do the bunnies look so chunky? What? Okay, they look a little different. They must have visually updated those. Okay, I don't know what's going on with my trackpad. Let me use my mouse. I think my trackpad's acting up. Is that a pumpkin seed? Oh, already doing the achievements. So close to 100%ing the world. Guys, too good. Alright, let's go get some wood and explore this. That looks cool. That looks like a future build. Okay, and then all the wheat. Is that what the Badlands? There's a Badlands over there. Village here. I think there was a rainforest. Desert. Coral? I'm trying to think, what can I do with these sort of blocks? What sort of build can I have? It's not exactly straightforward. There is a plains, which is nice. I do like the plains biome. But I will need to get some wood and find a place to bunker down. Now camels, I haven't actually used the camels, so to speak. Oh, it's a villager. Hello. I am just borrowing this wheat. I will not give it back. And what, bro? What are you gonna do? I like the lime bed. The lime bed looks cooler. Bro, can my mouse like stop acting up, please? Why is it? Oh, jeez, I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna have to fix this. Okay, we're back. I don't know what was going on, but I was getting a lot of frame freezing, and like my fans were going off, which doesn't usually happen when I play Minecraft. So something must have been happening in the background. I checked, there wasn't much, but hopefully it's fixed now. Alright, now in terms of builds, like I was saying, I'm not really sure what sort of thematic I'm looking for, or how I want to do this, but we shall see. Okay, well that's, we're off to a great start here. Actually, let me, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, how do you make these? Redstone, oh interesting, okay. Let's get some bread, okay, actually let me turn half these into that, and the rest into bread. And that should keep me going for a while, which means we can probably head straight on the ground as soon as I get a little bit of wood. But I didn't want to fall into a hole yet. That's not my intention. It is not my intention. Not to wish to be underground. Not yet, at least. Alright, we unlock boats. All is well and good. Let me... Bro. Make my way up. Pumpkins. That's nice. What else we got? Oh, hello. That looks pretty cool. Okay, well, we are building up here, because this looks very sick. Damn, look at how scenic this is. I've got every biome. I've got a Badlands biome. I've got, oh, big cave, big cave, big cave. We're going down there. But we've got the Badlands biome, we've got the desert, warm ocean, plains, rainforest, regular forest, sheep, everything. Alright, so let's get to it. Punching a tree. I think this is the longest I've spent in a new world without punching a tree. Alright. Now I wanted to also revive this because I was enjoying just yippy yapping for 30 minutes about random topics. On my Calamity world, I kind of have to edit stuff, and on the Realm, either I'll be talking to other people, or it's just me filling everyone in on like what's been going on between episodes. So it kind of got a bit derailed. Whereas with Minecraft single player, I'm comfortable enough that I won't die. After last time, that I can just kind of yip yap about random stuff, about whatever's on my mind. And I figure I might organize these a little better eventually. You know, have a more cohesive line of thought. But for now, I'm just going to ramble on about whatever I feel like. And what I feel like talking about today was this brand new world. So it's a bit cyclic. Nah, but I was thinking about my new job. I got a new job, which is actually fantastic. Life is looking good. And I'm going to be moving houses soon as well. So that's a whole other thing to deal with. Thankfully, the new job is actually closer to my old house. Or I should say to the house I'm going to be moving to than the house I'm moving out of, the old house. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to be working in a lab, cooking up stuff for Walter White. Jesse, we need to cook. Jesse, you don't understand. No, Jesse, it's important for the society, for all the Australian people. They all need diagnostics, health. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I'm just looking forward to it because it's actually like the first job I've got which is related to my university work. And university is fun and all, and I did enjoy my previous job at retail, which I still have to finish off. I ended in my 2 weeks, but I still got a little bit left. But it's just not where I want to be going in the future. So I'm very happy that after hundreds and hundreds of job applications, just god damn, it's not fun to find a job right now. I finally got this one going through, which is good. I hope the job market becomes easier for everyone so that we can all get jobs and have a nice time. But for now, this is looking, I think it's looking good for me, which I'm very happy about. But I don't know, I'm kind of nervous in a way, because it's like brand new company, brand new people. Are they going to be nice? Are they going to be helpful? Are they going to leave me on my own? Am I even going to know what I'm doing? I mean, I will know what I'm doing, let's be real. But there's a lot of new stuff that just comes with a new job. And it's kind of scary, to be honest. Speaking of scary, those skills, I don't want to tussle with those. Let's find a different area to go to. But yeah, new jobs are interesting, so to speak. I haven't had a lot of jobs. I've only had like 2 tutoring. Well, okay, no, I've had a couple, but only a couple jobs that I've held for more than like 2 years. The rest are all like internship positions, or like, I wouldn't even call it. It was basically unpaid work. Unpaid work, university assignments, internships, all the regular fun stuff. Nothing related to my degree, which is sciencey. A lot of science. I be cooking. And no, I'm not a chemical engineer. That is like straight insane. I don't know how people do chemical engineering. It's like so hard, like bro. Yes, I know you want to make nuclear reactors. To be fair, making nuclear reactors is pretty fun. In Minecraft, let me be clear. In Minecraft, not in real life, bro. In real life, it's gonna be stressful as hell. Let's get some stone tools sorted. Let's get, where's the furnace? That's not what I want. Furnace. All the basics we need. And then food, I'm gonna put here, tool here. Alright, nice. Let's see, can I want to go in here, but I don't want to get like murked off the bat. Let's get this coal. Oh no, I'm getting shot at. Who's shooting at me? No, you don't know I'm here, If the skeletons find out I'm here, I'm cooked. Fortunately, I can regenerate all my hearts. University, man, I have to say, it's going to be one of the most unique experiences. There's not going to be anything like it, I think. Because, also, I have a lot of free time right now between university and between jobs. I'm taking this role up. It is part-time, it's not full-time, unfortunately, but I have circumstances that mean I can't do full-time. And no, that's not recording YouTube videos all day. I just happen to do that because I find the time and I like it. Only problem is, it's taking time away from my book. And I want to write my book. My book is so big. You know what, I might as well plug it here. My book is like fantasy. I'm planning on writing a 9-part book series, and yes, that is quite a lot. But just hang around with me. It's gonna be about. Well, I have one main character, like the main character, but there's actually 7 main characters I want to have. And when I say main characters, I mean those who you have the perspective of the world seen through. Because frankly, the world is too big to kind of limit it down to just 1 or 2 people. Trying to tell the whole world through one person is just kind of insanity. So telling it through 7, I think, is comprehensive enough, so it lets me spread out my characters into far enough regions of the world. Because like this fantasy world is going to be roughly the size of the whole Earth, and I do want to like visit all these nations, all sorts of things. And there is technology that exists that allows people to travel far, far away, which means humanity has been allowed to spread out a lot further. And so that gives me a lot of creative freedom in terms of setting, but it also means I have to use that creative freedom. I have to make all sorts of things happen. I have to describe entire towns and cultures, and oh my god, there's so many considerations. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. But anyways, we on to my characters. I got 7 main characters. Off the top of my head, I have Arthur Cronus, the main character who you start off with, and he's the guy in book 1. He's a clockmaker, and he essentially gets on the wrong side of the de facto ruler of his country. Why he's the de facto ruler? Well, that's actually relevant for like the first 3 books. Whole corrupt politician, yada yada yada. But then it turns out that's actually tied up to greater plots. I'm hoping to have 3 trilogies, each stepping up in terms of scale to the last. So the first trilogy will be at a scale of, I guess, an individual story. So it's like surviving, trying to get home, and like right wrongs. The next level up from that will be going on to essentially like a nationwide scale, playing a bit of politics, looking at armies, houses, prestige, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I did set this in the 1800s, so there's a mix of democracy and autocracy and dictatorships and empires and all that good stuff. So I only have 7 nations, to be fair, right? Because the number 7 is kind of important here. 1 as a creative thematic choice, and 2 because I just kind of happened to do that like a couple of times. But with the nations, I have 7 main ones. I don't really have any small nations. Well, I do, and they kind of stem off these big ones. But the reason for that is because of, well, I'm just gonna say portal tech. Portal tech is like what allows people to fast travel essentially around the world. It's essentially enabled countries to expand a lot faster, and people, I think, are inherently expansionist, especially in terms of an 1800s, or well, what would have been medieval age, right? 1200 to 1600s, let's say. There would be a lot of expansionism, a lot of rapid growth of these nations. So it makes sense, at least in my mind, to have these super big countries, but then within those countries, there's a lot of hotspots, so to speak, because these towns would come about of surrounding these pardon me, portals, I suppose. Now, back to the plot of the first book. Arthur Cronus, he's a clockmaker. He's like a very timid, mechanical guy. And when I say mechanical guy, I don't mean he repairs cars or like wagons in that day and age. I mean like he fixes clocks, bro. He spends all his time inside. So social skills, probably not there, bro. Let's be for real. And then he gets caught in the crossfire of said political figure. I did say that before. But more closely tied to him and less about the overarching backstory of the world. He gets shipped off to the island nation, and no, that's not like Jeffrey, the big Jeffrey. He's not getting shipped off there. It's more so that it's a place that exists that is used to deal with criminals in a very, very lazy way. Because when you have so much of the world expanded, all these nations wouldn't really want to take in criminals and have that be a burden on their own systems, especially with some of the types of governments So they all collectively agreed, well, what if we just send them away, right? Making them not a problem. And because they have the ability to do so, they have the ability to then travel so far away and potentially ship people far away. And, well, frankly, there's no shortage of land, despite there being very expansionist colonies. There's always a couple of islands and whatnot. Away you go. See you later, prisoners. Which, I guess, I don't know if it would work on real life. It's probably not. It's a very rudimentary, barbaric way of dealing with people you don't want to see again, because it doesn't really leave room for, reforming, changing for the better. I don't know if I can say that our system allows for that, but ideally it does. Ideally it does. Right? The whole point is it's a punishment, and you come out, and after serving your punishment, you've reflected on your actions, yada yada yada. I don't know. I don't plan on being a criminal. I don't plan on having to deal with that. Now, he's sent there obviously under false charges. So he's actually like, bro, what did I do? I don't deserve this. And no, he probably doesn't. Probably. Not yet, at least. But he needs to survive. And ironically, by needing to survive, he does atrocious. I wouldn't say he commits atrocious acts, so I've tried to keep it like relatively family friendly. Like general fantasy is not. It's not dark fantasy. It's not dark fantasy. So he has to do what he has to do to survive, if that makes sense. It's not anything too ruthless, but there is murder. And murder is obviously a line that once you cross, it makes you feel like, oh, I've done a really bad thing. And yes, you have. It is a really bad thing, murder. But it's kind of like a us or them situation. And I say us because the second main character is also introduced. And he's a bit older, so he kind of acts as both a mentor to the main character, but then also through this mentorship he grows himself as his own character. And so it's an interesting dynamic that I want to play off. I want to play these characters off each other to then have both of them grow, one through a mentor, one through like a mentee position. So Arthur's going to grow into a more like independent individual, I want to say, and then the other guy, Zalton, which I can't be forgetting my character's own names. He is going to be changed for the better, because currently he's very, very, I wouldn't say nihilistic, but he's not very talkative. Like, he kind of just does what he has to. He just looks out. He's looking out for himself. He's very, very well versed with survival and like the corrupt nature of human beings. Whereas Arthur is a lot more naive. He's like, oh, well, why did this happen? I don't deserve this. But now, ultimately, you have to survive this. And I don't think he would survive without Zelton. But then, long term, I don't think Zelton ends up surviving in the world without Arthur. So they both help each other. They both help each other long term. And so the first book is going to be how they survive the island. A lot of other interesting characters, and yes, there is a character called Captain Jack. I did happen to be inspired by my favorite movie series, like I'm sorry, but the similarities end at the name and the boat. I didn't name the boat the Black Pearl. It's called like, oh, what did I call it? Like the Seafire? I think the Seafire, very cool name. But it's not a ship that has black sails. No, it's a all black ship, because frankly I like ebony wood, and so I made it so that the region in which one of the countries is based allows for excessive amounts of ebony wood, which means that they can build their ships out of ebony, because it's a very cool wood. And it's probably intimidating as well. Can you imagine, like, you see black ships pull up on your nation? The naval supremacy. And historically, right, England had the greatest naval capacity, greatest navy. That's what enabled them to be a superpower. Now, considering this nation that I have as a navy is ultimately, or was a vassal state, but was a vassal state of one of the other bigger nations, their naval superiority has only enabled them to kind of split away from that nation, as opposed to stand tall and like oppress other nations. If they didn't happen to split away from the original nation they were part of, that nation could have had naval superiority over the others. But their nation, I should refer to them by their government. So we have the democracy. The democracy is the one with naval superiority. Kind of like, I don't know, actually, when did never mind. But yeah, that's like the ideal country, but it's actually obviously not. There's things that are far from ideal, and that's the first country you start off with. The kingdom it's just a pretty standard kingdom. You have your houses, like the great houses, which balance two powers and govern each of the regions, the dukedoms, um, baronies, etc., etc. Very inspired from medieval Europe, just because I kind of like it. Oh, low key, could fix it. I kind of want to fix this portal, but anyways. And then there's the Empire, which lies on the same continent as the Kingdom, has a very large land border between the two. And so you can imagine there's always a lot of tensions, and in even the maps that kind of disagree with each other about who owns what land, because that's consistently changing. Now, there is the monastery, which is kind of like a... It's also kind of an island, but it's a really big landmass. I don't know if you'd call it an island or like continent. It's like a mini... It's not really a continent, but it's a small island. That is basically a place of refuge for... That was formed out of war, because the giant war, I guess one of the giant wars between these two superpowers, the Empire and the Kingdom, thus caused a lot of refugees, and those refugees would go to a lot of places, one of which was this island off the shore of the Empire. And that kind of... How do I want to say it? That kind of passive environment, but from such a military-focused nation, leads to like a sort of enlightenment-seeking community. That's the best way to describe it. They all seek enlightenment. Now, we have the theocracy, which is like well away from everyone else. And they kind of have the whole continent or landmass themselves. They haven't fully explored it because we have what we call the wastes. And the wastes are any uninhabited territory that cannot be inhabited due to the extremely dangerous fauna that exists there. And that is relevant, but not too much. Like it's a plot point that comes in later, and I plan on making it a lot bigger, like the whole, well, what happened, why the wastes there in the first place, yada yada. But for now, just know that it means that there's like, I guess the best way to describe it would be mutated creatures. They're not, so to speak, mutated creatures, but they're like worse versions of animals you might find nowadays. And the reason they exist is just because, well, the reason I'm telling you they exist is because it makes me interesting to have all this wildlife and fauna, this dangerous fauna, that becomes increasingly harder to deal with the further in one direction you go. And I do not want to spoil too much, but essentially there's something going on the greatest age of the world, and that's actually what the last trilogy addresses. The third trilogy that addresses what is going on with the world. How did it end up the way it did? Because it's interesting when you go into the history of the world how things became the way they are, right? And all these machinations that happened, including like the Great Wars and certain other characters who become important. I'm not going to reveal what they are, but they're self-appointed gods is the best way to put it. And they have a lot of bearing politically into what many of these nations do. They happen to be very, very important characters. And you guess it, there's 7 of them as well. Because I'm very creative, so I'm just, I can do what I want, bro. It is my book. I'm doing it. I don't care. Alright, let's do this, sleep. And back to Minecraft. This looks like actually the perfect place to set up. I'm setting up on top of this hill. It looks cool. Mountain there, desert here, badlands there, forest there. The views are just immaculate. 28, 29, 30, it's divisible by 5. Oh my god, my OCD's gonna love this. But look at this, view distance. 30, maybe it's the view distance that's killing my laptop actually, because I can still hear the fans like going off slightly, but I don't know if I have fusion in the background, to be fair. I might have fusion running. Anyways, let's get some steak smelted. I don't really need copper or any of this right now. Coal I'll keep with me. Hay bales, yeah, nah. Food is important. Oh, I don't really care about. I'm not going to another, so I'll put on the copper boots. That can go, I need that, I don't need that. Don't really need that. Clock is pretty cool, but I don't really need that. Wood is very, very important. Crafting table is important. Wood I do want, actually. Gold nuggies? Not really. Alright, let's... Oh, flint. I got flint for flint steel. That's going to help me out later. Make a bunch of torches, and then we are going underground. But, in short, my book is very cool. I love my book. It's going to be great. Actually, let me take a screenshot of these chords. So the first book, Arthur gets sent to an island on like false charges. He has to survive, and the whole plot of the first book is getting off the island to like home. And obviously he does, but like he goes through a lot of hardships, and he changes quite a bit as a character, I want to say. And those changes are important because he's not going to end up straight home. No. He has to end up. He ends up in a black market in a completely different country. And honestly, this country, the one he ends up in, is my favorite because it's such a unique government. And all I'm going to say is trickle down economics. Not trickle up like we have. Trickle down economics. So it's just like kind of a look into what that could be. There's a lot of corporate, I want to say, power in this nation, but it's done in a way that's, oh my god, I'm so cool. No, just get me out of here. Oh my god, leave. Get me the hell out of there, bro. Oh my god. 2 billion skeletons? No, thank you. I'm alright, sir. Jeez, man. Oh my days. Can we not? Okay, creeper. See you later, bud. Okay, maybe I shouldn't just be jumping now. What am I talking about? Don't jump in the caves. Bah. Who am I talking about? Don't jump in the caves. That's so fake. We gotta jump in the caves. I need to find these diamonds, bro. I was hoping to find diamonds episode 1, but looks like that's not gonna be the case. Alright, I do honestly want to build a house, but I got bigger fish to fry. We got bigger fish to fry. I can build a farm here. Have stairs coming down. Yeah, you know what? This could be cool. So the house is gonna be here. Wait, let me see. We can go mining next episode. Next episode we'll go mining, get diamonds, all that sort of fun stuff. For now, I want to get situated in my base because I only have like a couple minutes left. And like last time, I want to have this be half-an-hour recording sessions with just me playing Minecraft. That's it. No editing unless absolutely necessary. Like earlier today, I had the thing crash out on me. And when I say the thing, I mean my laptop. So I had to edit it. But I think today is just going to be about getting started. Alright, look at that. Half an hour of all the goodness. Nah, okay, low-key, I don't like that. Maybe we go in a bit. Oh, wait, can I just need to get a good photo, mate. Get a good photo. Oh, yeah. I like that. Hold on. Photo shoot. And let me see if I can, like, kind of angle it. The grass out the way. I want the cows as well. Let me get a bit more dirt. A bit of dirt to elevate my status. To get the optimal photo position. Yes, quite right. I think that is absolutely fantastic. Let us take a photo. Marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Well, this is just sublime. Right here. Oh, yes. Look across the desert. Across the ocean. Alright. I think that's good for me. Loki don't feel like building a house right now. I've done so much building on the other server. But next time we're going to go underground. We're going to not die because, but you know what? It doesn't even matter if I die because it's not hardcore. But obviously I still just don't want to die. And we'll hopefully find diamonds and get sorted next episode. Alright. See you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe. See ya.